Hello everyone, welcome to Current Affair MCQs program. Let's begin with previous day's practice question. Question was, recently seen in the news, the Banni grassland is situated in which of the following Indian states? Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat or Maharashtra? The correct answer is option C, Gujarat. Recently, the state government of Gujarat informed that the central government has approved the setting up of a cheetah breeding and conservation center in the Banni grassland of the state. It is located along the northern border of Kutch district of Gujarat. It is home to mammals such as the nilgai, chinkara, black buck, wild boar, golden jackal, Indian hare, Indian wolf, etc. The region also serves as a breeding ground for the Banni buffalo and the Kankrej cow. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Now let's begin today's session. First question is, consider the following statements regarding the National Disaster Response Fund. 1. It is constituted under the Disaster Management Act 2005. 2. It is placed in the public account of Government of India. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Recently, the central government has approved the financial assistance of over 338 crore rupees to Gujarat, which was severely affected by the cyclone Biparjoy. National Disaster Response Fund is defined in Section 46 of the Disaster Management Act 2005. Hence, statement 1 is correct. This is a special fund set up by the central government to cover costs for emergency help and rebuilding when there is a major emergency or disaster. This money is stored in the public account of the government and it's a type of fund that doesn't earn interest. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the Atal Pension Yojana sometimes seen in the news. 1. It is targeted at public sector workers. 2. Under this scheme, a guaranteed minimum of Rs 1,000 only per month will be given at the age of 60 years. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option D, neither 1 nor 2. Recently, the total enrollment under the Atal Pension Yojana has crossed 6 crore with over 79 lakh enrollments in the current financial year. The APY is a flagship social security scheme of the Government of India which was launched in May 2015 by the Prime Minister. The scheme focuses particularly on the poor, underprivileged, and workers in the unorganized sectors. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. Under the APY, the subscriber is eligible to get benefits of a lifelong monthly pension of Rs 1,000 to Rs 5,000 from the age of 60 years, depending on their contributions, which itself would vary based on the age of joining the scheme. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Therefore, option D is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. 1. It provides a coverage of Rs 2.5 lakh for each family which can be used for both secondary and tertiary medical treatments. 2. The National Health Authority is the nodal agency for its implementation. 3. It has provision of 100% central funding for UTs without legislator. How many of the statements given above are correct? Only 1, only 2, all 3, or none? The correct answer is option B, only 2. Recently, in a written reply in Rajya Sabha, the Minister of State for Health and Family Welfare informed that the Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana provided treatment corresponding to a total of 1949 procedures under 27 different specialities like neurology, nephrology, cardiology, and general medicine and neurosurgery, among others. It offers a sum insured of Rs 5 lakh per family for secondary care and tertiary care. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. The National Health Authority is the nodal agency for the implementation of this scheme. Hence, statement 2 is correct. The funding for the scheme is shared 60-40 for all states and UTs with their own legislator, 90-10 in Northeast states and Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal and Uttarakhand, and 100% central funding for UTs without legislator. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is, sometimes seen in the news. The Kambala Konda Wildlife Sanctuary is located in which of the following Indian states? Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, or Kerala? The correct answer is option B, Andhra Pradesh. Recently, the first of its kind Nature Interpretation Center at the Eastern Ghats Biodiversity Center along the periphery of the Kambala Konda Wildlife Sanctuary in Vishakhapatnam was inaugurated. It is named after the local hillock Kambala Konda and is located in Andhra Pradesh. It has dry evergreen forest mixed with scrub and meadows. The invertebrate fauna too is wonderful with insects, arachnids, etc. Reptilian fauna is represented by Russell viper, common cobra, chameleon, etc. Avifauna includes paradise flycatcher, tree pie, quails, partridges, etc. The mammalian fauna in the sanctuary includes mammals like leopard, barking deer, jackal, etc. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is consider the following statements regarding exchange traded funds or ETFs. 1. ETFs are marketable securities that track and index a commodity, bonds, or a basket of assets like an index fund. 2. Unlike mutual funds, ETF shares trade like common stock on a stock exchange and experience price changes throughout the day. 3. ETFs always aim to outperform their respective underlying indices and thus carry higher expense ratios than traditional mutual funds. How many of the statements given above is or are correct? Only one, only two, all three, or none? The correct answer is option B, only two. Recently, Minister of State in the Labour Ministry told Lok Sabha that the total investment by the Employees Provident Fund Organization, that is EPFO, in exchange traded funds or ETFs in more than 7 years has crossed rupees 2.5 trillion. ETFs are indeed marketable securities that can track a wide range of assets similar to how index funds function. Hence, statement 1 is correct. ETF shares are traded like common stock on stock exchanges and their prices fluctuate throughout the trading day, unlike mutual funds, which are priced at the end of the trading day. Hence, statement 2 is correct. While some ETFs aim to outperform their indices, many are designed to track the performance of an index and they often have lower expense ratios compared to traditional mutual funds. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is consider the following statements regarding radiocarbon dating. 1. Radiocarbon dating is used to determine the age of geological or archaeological artifacts of a biological origin up to about 50,000 years old. 2. It relies on measuring the ratio of uranium to thorium in a sample to calculate its age. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Recently, archaeologists have used radiocarbon dating to analyze the oldest true wooden frame saddle in East Asia, revealing how the rise of Mongolian steppe cultures was likely aided by advances in equestrian technology. Radiocarbon dating or carbon-14 dating is a method used to determine the age of objects of organic origin by measuring the levels of carbon-14, a radioactive isotope of carbon. It is effective for dating materials up to approximately 50,000 years old. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Radiocarbon dating does not involve measuring uranium to thorium ratio. That method is part of uranium-thorium dating, which is different from carbon dating. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question is sometimes seen in the news. The Article 356 of the Indian Constitution is related to provision for the abolition of the Legislative Council in states, provision for the imposition of President's rule in states, provision for the appointment of a governor by the President, provision for the formation of new states and alteration of areas, boundaries or names of existing states. The correct answer is option B, provision for the imposition of President's rule in states. Recently, the Supreme Court ruled that when a state emergency is declared under Article 356, the subsequent decisions and actions taken by the President must have a reasonable nexus or justification. The Article 356 of the Indian Constitution deals with the imposition of President's rule in a state in case of failure of the constitutional machinery. The state emergency or Article 356 provides the President to rule out the government of a particular state or union territory and enforce his or her own rule in that particular state or union territory. The President must be satisfied that the situation has occurred where the state government cannot work in consonance with the provisions of the Indian Constitution. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is consider the following statements regarding the Basic Animal Husbandry Statistics 2022. 1. It is released annually on the basis of data collected through the scheme, namely Integrated Sample Survey. 2. The milk production declined in 2021-22 in comparison to 2020-21. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Recently, the Union Minister of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying in a written reply in Lok Sabha provided the information on the Basic Animal Husbandry Statistics 2022. The Basic Animal Husbandry Statistics or BAHS is released annually on the basis of data collected through the scheme, namely Integrated Sample Survey. Hence, statement 1 is correct. According to the data from BAHS, the milk production in the financial year 2020-21 was 209.95 million tons and in 2021-22 it was 221.06 million tons. It shows that the milk production witnessed an increase in 2021-22 in comparison to 2020-21. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. According to the data from BAHS, it implies that the major livestock production has increased and livestock sector's contribution to the gross value added has also been increased. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question is recently seen in the news. The Global River Cities Alliance is an initiative of which of the following? Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Ministry of External Affairs, or Ministry of Jal Shakti? The correct answer is option D, Ministry of Jal Shakti. Recently, the Global River Cities Alliance, led by National Mission for Clean Ganga under the Ministry of Jal Shakti, Government of India, was launched at COP28, the United Nations Climate Change Conference in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. GRCA is a unique alliance covering 275 plus global river cities in 11 countries, international funding agencies and knowledge management partners, and is first of its kind in the world. The existing River Cities Alliance has now been extended as GRCA. In November 2021, the RCA was launched as a dedicated platform for river cities in India to ideate, discuss and exchange information for sustainable management of urban rivers. Therefore, option D is the correct answer. Last question is, what is the IUCN status of the killer whales, also known as orcas? Data deficient, least concern, near threatened or endangered? The correct answer is option A, data deficient. Recently, the orcas were spotted off the waters of India's west coast, spanning from Nivti in Maharashtra to Malpe in Karnataka. Technically, it is the largest dolphin species but is called a whale because of its large size. These marine animals are found in all of the world's oceans and they are not endangered. The IUCN status is data deficient. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Now it's time for the practice question. Recently, the report titled The Emissions Divide, Inequity Across Countries and Income Classes was published by which of the following? Council on Energy, Environment and Water, Center for Policy Research, Impact and Policy Research Institute, or Center for Society and Policy? Send the answer of this question in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.